sorry we're a little bit late, still waiting for Ari, but I didn't want to wait any longer because I know a lot of you have to get somewhere, get to wherever you're going, so let's go ahead and start. This is the Get Ready for the Day routine, which is kind of a head to toe, warm yourself up, get your blood flowing, get your limbs moving, get your toes tingling, and so you can face your day a little more awake and a little more alive. So even if you've never done anything like this before, this is very appropriate for you. So do what you can, follow along, and start by imagining that the earth is a magnet and you have a very big magnet that covers the entire bottom of your feet, and that sticks you to the ground. So not just the balls of your feet, your heels, also your toes, the tips of your toes, the middle of your toes, your arches, outside of your feet, everything is stuck to the ground. And taking a couple deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And let's start by just moving our lower arms. I want you to also try and squinch up your toes while you're doing this. If you can't really feel like that with your toes, just try and visualize it. Try and think like, trying to imagine the feeling, what it would feel like, and transmit that to your toes, and that's the first step in kind of activating a new part of your body. Now it's very cold in the studio because I just turned the heat on, so I don't know what it's like here, you guys. Let's then do our fingers and our toes too if we can. We'll just start with our fingers and then I'll try some toes. And we're just opening and closing your hands. And then we're gonna do one finger at a time, but we're gonna assist with the other hand. So we're gonna do thumb, index, middle, ring, pinky, thumb, index, middle, ring, pinky, pinky, ring, middle, index, thumb, pinky, ring, middle, index, thumb. And now I want you to take this hand and I want you to just kind of hold your middle finger going inwards, not outwards, inwards. And just kind of feel it separate from the rest. And try and see if you can hold it there for a sec. Okay, let's move on to the other hand. Now, the reason we're doing this is because when we, a little further down the road, we are going to be practicing leading and following even if we're on our own, just so we have that knowledge. It's always a good thing to have. And the way we teach here is with kind of our middle finger sticking towards the middle, which gives you a nice light lead for that anybody can follow. All right, other hand, we're going to assist with our hands. So thumb, index, middle, ring, pinky, thumb, index, middle, ring, pinky, pinky, ring, middle, index, thumb, pinky, ring, middle, index, thumb. Okay, I'm going to turn it over or to the side, either one. You're going to just try and peel that middle finger towards the center. So I like to start breaking down things and practicing various different elements of a movement in isolation long before we get to the actual movement, because there's too many body parts to think about them all at the same time. So we need to break it down. At least that's how I learn. For me, that's the best way to do it. And especially if you haven't danced before, this is going to be very kind of unfamiliar movements. So we're starting with that. let's do our wrists. Side to side. And flapping them back and forth like you're fanning something. And circling them in. And circling them outwards. And now we're gonna do our exercise where our elbows at our sides, but today we're gonna alternate. So we're gonna do one arm and then the other. So your arms are hanging straight by your side, and this is just your forearm bending up, one after the other. Two more, and then we're gonna do them together. But so if you're new here, we start our legs with kind of a knee loosening, and so it's not really a knee bend, it's just you're kind of letting your knees go and then you're straightening them up again, just to get that very, very initial movement. If you're trying this for the first time, just practice that, but if you've been here a while, now we're going to take our two arms, we're going to do the same exercise we just did with both of our arms, but this time we're going to move them together and we're going to try and coordinate them with our knees loosening and straightening. So arms going up, knees straightening, knees bending, and arms curling. Fireflies. Can't see the commentary from here, but Ari will be here soon. She promised. So she can kind of transmit the signals to me so I can talk with you and say hi and answer your questions. All right, fireflies. So from here, we're going to be lifting our shoulders up and then pressing down again. Lifting them up and pressing them down. And let's do that up, down, 2 more times. And today, fireflies, I want you to try lifting just one shoulder and then putting it down again. And then lifting the other shoulder and putting it down again. And one shoulder and putting it down. And one shoulder and putting it down. And try to think about just moving the shoulder. So think about what's making your shoulder move and try and kind of mentally identify that. Yes, I want us to start doing isolation slowly but surely. And we are moving down to, so we're going to do our knee bends again, but normally we have an exercise where we really tighten them up before I go, but now we're just going to bend a little bit deeper, but very softly. It's a cold day today, so I want us first to warm up. This is, again, it's a small knee bend, a little bigger than you did before. And the important thing is, fireflies, make sure that your knees are going right over your toes. Our knees, only one direction. So you don't want your knees to be going off track here. You want them to go right where they're aligned. And coming back up. And we're going to do an exercise where we try and lift just our elbows and then let them drop. So your arms are completely boneless. They're like a piece of very long pasta with nothing, just overcooked. And I want you to try and just lift that elbow, and only that elbow is working. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to move my arm to the side with just the upper arm. Just the upper arm is moving. Upper arm and back. And then the upper arm to the other side. So they're just sliding back and forth. We're going to do that a few times. And then complicate things. Okay, this time we are going to do the same movement. We're going to open that up. And then we're going to straighten our elbow. And we're going to fold up our elbow and bring it back. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing that we did before. So we're just opening this arm. And then the lower arm is going to straighten it out. And now to come back, we're bringing in that lower arm all by itself first. And only then are we closing back up. And we do the same thing. So you open up to the side. So this elbow is moved to the side. And only then am I lower arm. And then I'm keeping my upper arm right where it is. I'm folding it in, lower arm, and then I'm putting my hands back together. And opening it out, stretching that arm. Just the lower part's coming back in, and I'm going to close it up. All right, check it out, fireflies. So we are, everything that we do is really meant for something that's going to happen later on. So later on, when we start adding to our arms, we're going to be lifting them from the elbows. And the elbow is also going to give our arms more depth, more movement. So that's why we are working on that. Okay, fireflies. Let's go downwards, give our upper bodies a little bit of a rest. And I'm guessing it's also cold where you are because I'm in Florida, so it's probably, anywhere else is going to be colder. So if it's cold here, it's cold where you are. So we're taking our weight, and you can hold on with two hands to a chair, a countertop, a wall, whatever you have that's nearby, just for balance. And you take your square here, our hips and our shoulders are forming a square. You take that and shift it over onto one leg, so it's stacked like a tower of blocks. You want everything right on top of each other so that your weight is over one foot. And this foot we're going to move up and down. We're going to keep the toes, the balls of the feet on the ground and just lift up the heel by bending our knee. And this is a light movement, so we've taken our weight off of this foot so it can do this movement with ease. And since we've still got our weight over here, hang on for balance. If you can lift it up, and wiggle it from side to side. If not, you can keep it on the ground and still try and wiggle it. Just try and feel that side to side movement. And then we're going to flap it up and down. We're going to do our tapping motion. So here you want to feel like the movement is coming from your ankle. So it's not going to be your whole leg. It's just going to be your ankle, and you're going to tap from one side to the other. And this can be a very, very small movement. Does not have to be big at all. It can be itty bitty. It can be barely moving. But try and isolate that ankle so your ankle is working and moving. Okay, if you need to give this leg you're standing on a little shake in between, do that. But when you come back, take your square again, have your shoulders and your hips, and shift that onto that weight. You want to start here each time so you can feel that shift happening. And it would be better for this one if you're facing it, but I'm going to face you all so you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to again lift our heel off the floor. So we've got it's like we're on our tippy toe. And this time we're going to lean a little bit towards it and use that tippy toe to push us back onto our leg. What we call our supporting leg, which is the leg that is now carrying our weight. So this leg is free to work as our working leg. So we're going to bend a little bit towards that leg. And with our tippy toe, we're going to push into the ground to bring us back. And into it. And pushing back. Leaning into it. Pushing back. Leaning into it. And pushing back. Very good. Clarifies. A little shake, and then we're going to move to the other foot. So we're going to do the same thing here. We've got our square, our shoulders and our hips are going to be square. And we're going to slide that square over onto the other leg this time. And feel that everything is very neatly on top of each other, so that you have relieved this leg, this foot of its burden. And we are going to be, I forgot what we started with. We started with, I think, wiggling back and forth, didn't we? Because we already did our moving it up and down. Or maybe we didn't. Let's do that just in case. I don't remember if we did that separately. Maybe we didn't. Maybe that was my imagination. Maybe that's what I meant to do, and when I got here, it's something else. Alright, so let's just go up and down, and then we're gonna either raise it off the floor, or you can leave your heel down and just try and move that ankle from side to side. Ankle warming up. And then flapping it up and down. If your leg doesn't come off the floor, you can give it a tap. And then putting it down, we're going to do our ankle movements. Remember, your weight is still over this leg here because we want this leg to have freedom of movement. So we're going to use it to, using our ankle to tap back and forth. One side to the other, and again, this can be very, very small, but try and make the movement come from your ankle. Alright, so now I need a shake, so I'm going to shake out my legs, and I'm going to use my square to, again, come back over this leg. I'm sliding right over. And now I'm going to rest this one on my tippy toe. Let's see. And I'm going to lean towards it and push into the ground with that tippy toe to bring me back. And pushing it in, and bringing it back, and pushing it in, and bringing it back, and pushing over, pushing down to come back, and shake it up and fly. And from here we are going to first stretch and then try something new. So, a little extra time this morning, so we'll do lots of things. So here one leg is behind the other, and my weight is towards my front leg. And here we're just going to gently go up and down. This is a stretch, so it's not meant for strength, it's meant just to relax. And we're going to bring that back leg a little closer in. So one is still behind the other. You want a nice sturdy base here, but you still got your whatever you're hanging on to for balance. And remember that your knees are going right over your toes. Don't let them turn any other direction. And this is a stretch as well. So we're not worried about really being tense or pushing ourselves. We're just trying to relax the lower leg there. And come back up. Let's do the same thing on the other side, and then escalate. It's a new week, it's a good time to do some new things, try out some other stuff. And coming up and putting a closer together. And we're going to bend down on them. And try and feel more relaxed, stretch. Okay, so you can still be facing whatever you're hanging on to. And we're gonna be shifting that weight again, taking our square, sliding it over to one side. And let's leave our weight not quite all over this leg that's closest, that you're standing on. So I'm holding one hand, but I want you to hold with two for now to keep yourself a little better aligned. So your weight is maybe halfway on, halfway off. Now let's say 3/4 would be a better way to do that. And then you're gonna, keeping your weight here, you're gonna bring this leg in close to that one, but your weight is still mostly over this leg. And with this leg, we're gonna try and slide it along the floor, but while we're keeping our weight on this leg. And then we're gonna slide it back. And we're gonna slide it out. And slide it back. So you see, Fireflies, that I have most of my weight over this supporting leg, but I'm leaving a little bit of room to slide in and out. But what I don't want is to be lifting up this hip. So this is an exercise to be moving your leg out, but while keeping your hips more or less in one line. So that's a new one, Fireflies. But again, that is a progression of what I want to do later on. So we're starting it so that when we get to more complicated movements, that we already have some muscle memory and more of a concept of how they're executed. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to move our weight over onto the other leg now. And I'd say like most of it is on that leg. And just a tiny bit is on this one because we want a little bit of resistance. And then we're going to bring this leg in, still keeping our weight here. And then we're going to slide it across the floor and slide it back in. And think about your hips being in a line. And you're able to move that foot anyway because you're mostly over this leg here. Fireflies. Okay, let's get to some of our core work, and I said we were going to be twisting a little bit more today, so that's exactly what we're going to do. All right, so if you're new here, I want you to start with just 2 or 3. This week is 2 or 3, maybe 4 on Friday, but if you've been here a while, we've been doing 3 sets of 12, and here I'm loosening my knees a little bit. And the feeling is that I'm getting a terrible cramp in my middle. So it's just kind of bending over like, and then I'm going to stand up. But I want to try and use this part of my body and feel like it's lengthening up, like it's getting longer and longer as it comes up. And that'll be 1. And getting that cramp and then lengthening 2. And 3. And 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. Remember to lengthen it as you come up. And 8, lengthening. And 9, lengthening. And 10, 2 more. 11. And 12, stretch it out. Very good, Fireflies. Okay, looking back at the sky, and here I'm just trying to relax part of me that's been working. It's fine, it's not a big stretch, it's just a little relax. All right, let's do our medium knee bends, which means we're not going to bend as far as we can. We're just going to go part of the way there. And before you start to bend, I want you to kind of tighten up your legs, feel them engaged, and then you're going to send your knees over your toes. So this is still, we want to keep those knees in alignment. As you might, my legs are separated, they're not squished up together. I've got a nice sturdy base going on here. And when I reach the bottom, as far as I'm going to go, I'm going to push the ground away from me to come up, and I'm going to come up straight. So tightening up your legs, and your knees are going over your toes, and try to imagine a book is on your head, so you're going straight up, you're not bending over. The same thing when you're going down, so tightening your legs, knees going over your toes, and pushing the ground away, coming straight up like a rocket ship, like you're launching yourself, and tightening your legs, knees going over your toes, and pushing the ground away from you, coming back up, tightening your legs, and knees going over your toes, and pushing the ground away from you. Very good. Shake it out a little bit. All right, so we're going to go back up here because we don't want to overdo it on one part of the body. We're kind of switching back and forth. So this time, instead of going up and down, we're going to be rolling our shoulders. Rolling them forward. And then rolling them back. And fireflies, remember, as you go about your day, you're going, every time you think about it, just at random times, roll those shoulders back and feel like your chest is coming up to the sky. Give yourself a nice posture. And the more you do that, the more your body's going to remember, and slowly your posture is going to improve. Okay, so we're looking forward in neutral position, and we're just going to be, if you have any neck issues, leave this next part out, but we're just going to be going right at the top of our necks. So we're not really doing neck things, it's just where our skull attaches to our neck. It'll be just a very gentle motor shake. Coming back to the middle, and nice. And bring your head back to neutral. If you remember flare flies, we just did a little tilt. And this way at the top of your neck, very small. You're putting one ear towards your shoulder and the other. Ear to your shoulder, and shoulder, and shoulder, and shoulder, and shoulder, and shoulder, shoulder, and shoulder. Very good, flare flies. Okay, let's go back into our second set. Now remember, you're getting that cramp going in, and then you're trying to lengthen, lengthen, lengthen that same part of your body way up. And you're going down into your cramping position, and then stretching up, trying to get longer and longer right here. And 12. And 11. And 10. 9. And 8. And 7. And 6. And 5. 4, and 3, keep lengthening, and 2, and 1, second set done, yay, I know it's Monday, it's hard, but we still gotta do it. All right, let's do it, looking at the sky, relax, where we've been working here. And coming back, let's do our big arms. We haven't done those yet, so we're just bringing them up and down as high as you can and back down. And we're going to do 2 to the side and 2 to the front. Side and 2 more front, and then we are going to do a little bit of a stretch here. So for this one, we are starting by bending our knees and leaning forward. You can brace yourself here. First, have a little relax here, and then we're going to be letting our arms go, try to hold it, and then I'm going to count to 4, and we're going to lower it a little bit more each time. So get ready. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Take a deep breath in, and lower it even if it's a tiny bit as you exhale. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And inhaling. And as you exhale, even lower. Okay, good. One more. One very last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And inhaling. And exhaling even lower. And okay, so let's take one hand and put it on whatever you have there to keep your balance with. And then the arm that's on the outside is going to come up. And we're going to start to tilt towards whatever we're hanging on to. Ooh, we feel a pull on our side. And come back up. And we're going to do that again. And come back up. And again. And this time we're going to hold it there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And inhale. And exhale. Okay, we're just going to do one there because this is kind of new. So we're going to come back up. And go to the other side. So we're hanging on here. And this here I have my weight evenly distributed. I just have a sturdy base. This arm is coming up and leaning towards it, and coming up, leaning towards it, and coming up. And this time I'm going to stay there and count 1, 2, 3, 4, inhaling. And with that exhale, try to go a tiny bit lower, stretch it, stretch it. Okay, Fireflies, time for the last set. Got this. All right, I know it's Monday, I know it's hard, but we'll get through it together. All right, so we're going to do our last set of 12. And in, and lengthening up in 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2. Very last one, Fireflies. And 1. Yay. All done for today. And leaning back, relaxing that part. Back, and back. And relaxing this. Okay. Alright, give me a little shake out. And we're going to stay standing here, and we're going to be doing our biggest knee bend. So this one, you don't want your heels to come off the floor, but you want to get a nice deep knee bend here. But remember, you are going to tighten all the muscles on your legs before you start to bend them, and your toes are going, rather your knees are going over your toes. And we've gotten to the bottom, you're pushing to the ground, push the ground away to come back up. And your legs and your knees are going over your feet. Remember that you're going straight up and down. You're not leaning here or here anywhere else. You're just going straight down, like you're sinking down. So tightening your legs and knees going over your toes. And push the ground away. One very last one. Tighten your legs. These are going over your toes. Staying straight. And push the ground away. Push it away. Very good. Fireflies. Give legs a little shake out. And I do want to twist. So we're going to start by kind of having an angle to whatever we're hanging on to. And we're going to take that outside hand, put it across, and then we're going to help ourselves to twist. So we want to try and stay straight. So if I bring this arm across, I'm not going to bend like this. I want to keep it just straight. I'm just bringing my arm across me without doing anything else. just that arm is coming across. So I'm not moving any other part of my body, just the arm. If you need to go a little closer, go a little closer, or turn a little bit more in. And I'm going to use this to twist. I want you to feel it in your body. So you don't want to twist too much with your legs either. You're trying to keep your legs in place and have that twist in. And come back. And you're going to cross that arm over. Use it to have a twist. And coming back. And taking that arm over. Using it to help you twist. And this time try and hold it there. And let it go. Okay, let's come on to the next leg. So I'm going to stay at an angle here. Put myself nice and square. And just my arm is going to be coming over. Grab onto here. And that's going to help me twist. I'm going to pull on whatever I'm hanging onto. I'm pulling on my chair here to help me twist. My legs are staying in place. I'm just twisting my arm. And back. Press on the arm, grabbing hold. And using it to twist. And try to hold it there. And very good, fireflies. All right. So we did a few new things today. Mary's not here, so, and I did not judge my other duck boys. I'm sorry. But let's practice our merengue anyway. So those of you who are new here, we have been learning the merengue, which is a great dance, and you already know the steps because those are the steps. Just kind of walking, marching, if you will. And we've been moving around with that. We've been going forward and back. We've been turning in circles very slowly, rotating around. And we go to both sides. And we've been doing our arms. So we've been taking our arms to the side, trying to keep our elbows in place and putting them on our hips. And taking one arm, bringing it up, and keeping that upper arm right where it is. We're just going to let the lower arm drop to our head, and the elbows can tuck in. And then our elbow is going to fall straight down, straight down, straight down, so you can reach yourself, and then you're just going to slide your hand down, and it's going to come a little bit away at the bottom from your body, like you're sliding down a slide. And we've done the same thing with the other arm, lifting it up, keeping that upper arm in place as our lower arm drops down to our head. And now my elbow is going to go straight towards the ground. And tuck and reach, and then slide it down. And we've been bringing our arms just up and down. And then we have another exercise where we're still stepping. The most important thing is to keep stepping no matter what. And we're starting to turn, but we're going to pretend that we just forgot about one of our legs and leave it behind. So we're going to start to turn as you see my whole body is turning. Put my leg, got left behind, and I'm coming back. So we'll do this on both sides. Remember, your whole body's turning, but whoops, something didn't come with us. And this is a progression for our stepping turns. When we start to do some more complex things, that is the first step, because we want to make sure that we take our whole body with us when we start to turn. Because if we just step with our leg, we have a long way to go to get around. So that's just an exercise, not really the merengue step. Now today we are going to add something. Oh, we must move our head from side to side as we're walking along the whole time. So today I want us to take a step to the side. So step to the side and think about bringing your whole body weight with it. And then I'm going to bring this one to it and close it up. Oh. So I'm going to be stepping with my right foot. Be shifting my weight over it. And then I'm going to be bringing this one in. And stepping out. Bring my weight over it. And bring this one in. And we're just stepping to the left. We're going to be stepping with this foot. Bring your weight over it. Back, stepping out with this foot, bring our weight over it, back, stepping out with this foot, bring our weight over it, and coming back. So we're just going to have to pretend we're hearing music because we had a little bit of disorganization this morning. There's always lots of things happening sometimes. Something falls by the wayside. Today it was the music, but we're going to have a good time anyway. All right, then, class. Start your feet moving and keep them moving. Try and feel some really nice music in your head. What's going on? And we're going to bring our arms to the side and keeping our elbows in place. We're going to move them to our waist. So try and pull your elbows forward. And let's go forward. And let's go back with it. And now we're going to take this arm and we're going to keep marching as it goes over our head. Now keep that upper arm right where it is. The lower part's going to drop down. And hang on to your head. Elbow's coming in. Now that elbow is going to shoot straight for the ground until you can reach your body and slide that hand down with a little breath on it. And you can put it back on your waist again. Now the other arm is going to go. It's sweeping way up to the top. And that upper arm, this part here, staying in place. This part here is dropping down. And then the elbow is going to go straight to the ground like it has a weight in it. Down, 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 down until you can reach your body, and then sliding that hand down and out. Okay, let's rotate in a circle very slowly. Taking your time, going around. And coming back to the middle. And now we're going to do our, called the left behind exercise. So we're going to start to turn our body like we're turning. Whoop. One leg didn't make it. All right, turning back. And let's do that one more time. Starting to turn your whole body, your hips, your shoulders are turning. Only this leg got left behind. Let's go back and get it. And then we're going to do the same thing to the other side. So starting to open and our whole body, shoulders and hips, starting to turn towards it. This leg still facing forward and coming back. And let's do that once more to this side too. And coming back to it. And let's rotate slowly the other opposite directions. So we turned that way the first time, this way the second time. But if you're doing another leg first, that doesn't bother me. Just try and alternate your legs because we want both of our sides to be, nobody's ever symmetrical, or you're always going to have one side that's dominant, that's a little stronger or a little more flexible. That's normal. We're all like that. So, but we still want to practice both legs. Okay, fireflies, keep stepping. Do not stop stepping. Hear that imaginary music and start to turn your head to the side. And bringing it back to the middle. And go to the other side. And spread the top of your neck. You're not straining anything. Back. And then we're just going to shake our head slowly now. And let's get even smaller and quicker. And getting ready to do our new step. So we're going to slow this one down now. So we're going to step on the right. Shift your weight over, bring it together, and then we're going to step on the right, and then your left is going to follow it, and you're stepping in your right, shifting your weight, and bring the other leg to it. Let's do one more, stepping on your right, shifting your weight over it, and coming back, and now we're going to go straight to the left again. So we're going to open that left leg, and then we're going to put our weight over that leg, so this leg is free to come into us. Okay, then this one is going out, taking a step, weight is going over it. This one is coming in. This one's stepping out, weight shifting over it, coming in, and I'm stepping in something. What is that? Oh my goodness. This one goes out, shifting over, taking back, and let's give ourselves a little rotation because we're out to one side, coming back to the middle. And rotating to the front. And giving ourselves this last happy up and down. Good day. We started it together. And giving yourself a great big hug. Thank you, Fireflies, for being here. Thank you for building this community and giving it your best. I'm very proud of all of you and so happy. Even on days when I'm feeling a little tired, not ready for the day, I know that it's so much easier when we do it together. So I was a little long-winded today, but I'm going to jump right back on and do an intermediate get ready for the day routine. And stay tuned for other stuff. My Fireflies, my love to you. I'm sorry if I didn't respond to comments today or hellos, but I am sending a great big heart to you. Have a wonderful day, Fireflies. Bye.